All right. This is the Ducati Streetfighter V2. I just took it out for a pretty lengthy test ride. I got a park right here in front of my V4 Streetfighter there, right in the back there. So let's compare this bike to the V4, and I'll just give you my driving impression. So firstly, a Ducati is a Ducati. Any Ducati you ride is just incredible. I mean, I think if you're a fan of motorcycles, you've really got to have at least one Ducati. It doesn't matter what Ducati it is, just any Ducati. It's a totally different experience. I mean, it just makes you come alive. So let's talk about this bike. This V2 was an incredible machine to ride. I felt there's enough power in here compared to the V4, plenty of power on this. The sound note is amazing from this V2 engine, and it's got the single spoke wheel, which I like. And compared to the V4, I would say the differences are that you're sitting more on top of this bike. I think you sit more on top of this bike compared to the V4. The V4, you're definitely sitting in the bike. This V2, you're sitting on top of the bike. Handle wide width are absolutely the same. The difference is this seat on the V2 is stiff as a cardboard concrete slab. The Streetfighter V4 seat is the most comfortable seat ever that I've sat on any bike. So that's the key difference. The performance on this is, it's still a powerful bike, but definitely the V4 is a much more angrier bike. The V4 is really a race bike. The V2 has a lot of power. It's got a oomph. It's got a lower revving engine. It's got a lot more torque, I believe. It's got, a torque at the lower revs. And that's the key difference. Looks-wise, they look very similar, but I think the V4 just looks a little bit better because it's got the built-in wings. Granted, you can get the wings on the V2 as well. But just the V4 looks like a more beefier bike, but this is still a pretty attractive bike, the V2. This V2 is definitely more easier to ride than the V4. This is more natural, more easy to ride. And this V2 engine is a peach. It's just not as loud as the V4 engine because the V4 engine is Desmo. The V2 engine makes a nice sound note, but it's just definitely not as loud. But it's got plenty of power and plenty of torque. And I really enjoyed the riding experience on this V2 Streetfighter. I think, if you had the choice to get either one, you'd be happy with either one. I mean, if I had got this V2 instead of the V4, I would have been really happy with this as well. And I'm really happy on the V4 as well. The reason I got my V4 was I was able to negotiate about $1,000 off the price, and I got a good price when I got it. So this one, I'm not sure whether you can negotiate it. Maybe you can, but I think I would recommend just getting the bike where you can negotiate the price less and then get that one. Definitely the mileage on this is going to be better. The fuel economy on this is going to be better because on the V4 I'm only getting about 35, 36 miles per gallon. This one I suspect you could get over 40, maybe 40 plus, considering it's a two-cylinder engine and it doesn't rev as much as the V4. Overall, this is a great handling bike. It has a great shifter. The quick shifter is amazing on this. The handling is amazing on this. You're definitely sitting taller on this bike than the V4, and it's a great handling bike, and you can't go wrong with this bike. Okay, that's all I wanted to report. Stay tuned for more videos. Cheers.